Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 5 of the UK Formula 3 Sim Championship. My name is David Buckley. I'll be taking you through tonight's event as usual. Penultimate round of the season takes us to the fantastic Oulton Park, located in the northwest of England. The undulating surfaces rolling through the fields of Cheshire bring back a familiar challenge to the drivers this evening. Fast corners and limited overtaking opportunities mean this race will not be easy for those who don't make the most of qualifying. So we're using the full international layout this evening, which will take the cars out through Cascades, up towards Shellaw's hairpin, over the hill, out to Britain's and towards Knickerbrook. So this is my home circuit and holds a very special place in my heart, so I'm very excited for tonight's event to get underway. So the championship is now hotting up, as anyone within the top 10 can still take the Drivers' Championship realistically. So every point counts now, so no holes will be barred. So as always, we'll see 2 races this evening, with the second race being a reverse grid for the top 10. So let's have a quick look at the championship standings last time around, coming into this round. So Kieran Vernon for CDR is currently in first position after a very good performance, I should say, after Spa with 315 points. Then Mike Hart in second place with 277. Some decent results for him has put him up just a point ahead of Josh Malin there in third position with 276 points. Chris Dittman, alongside in fourth position, once again in the CDR car, is on 269 points. And Matthew Lewis with 257 points, currently in fifth position. And Adam Morgan, the best of the BTC drivers so far, in sixth position with 255 points. So we'll have a look at the team championship here as well. Chris Dittman Racing taking quite the lead from the Academy Motorsport, so 590 points for CDR and 508 for Academy. Then Sicily Motorsport coming into third position, 456 points in total. They've overtaken, I believe, Rabbit Racing after last round, who are currently sat on 448 points. And then fifth position you have Year 1 Racing with 436 points. So a new feature of this round we have as well is a quick entry list, so you can see exactly who's going to be racing for us tonight. So you can see the list on your screens here with the numbers and the team that they are representing. So some of the cars we have there, we've mentioned already Chris Dittman, the team manager for Chris Dittman Racing CDR, who is he does a lot of real life racing. He owns a team. He's recently got into the competitive sim racing due to obvious events in the world at the moment, and we have a lot of CDR cars in this field, likes of Kia and Carey. We've got Kieran Vernon as well, and a couple of others which I can't name off the top of my head. We have a number of real life racers. Obviously, a lot of these guys come from a Formula 3 background in the real life, especially in the British series. We've got a couple of BTCC drivers along with us as well. Daniel Rowbottom, as you'll see, is one of them there. Alex Toth-Jones, Adam Morgan. So a very interesting and mixed field we have here, along with a few of the sim racers come from that area. So everyone's all good friends here, so we'll see some fantastic racing. So qualifying is already underway, so let's join the action right now. So bring up the overlay here, and we'll see that Kieran Vernon is the first one to set a time. He is currently sat in pole position, 1 minute 25.693. So let's focus on him here, and we'll get the camera up and running. So this is not Kieran Vernon, here he is. So he is just coming through the final corner here, so let's ride on board with him for a lap of Oulton Park. So starting the first corner now, very high speed corner, especially with the high downforce cars like this, taking it wide as you can on the apex and then downhill towards Cascades. Fantastic corner, but very deceiving. Can't take as much speed as you'd like to through here, but enough speed there, using as much of the exit curve as you can, then all the way up towards the back end of the circuit here, where no spectators lie. Just about flat eye, looks like, through there and into the Shellaw's hairpin. Nice banked corner. You can take as much speed as you like through there onto the exit, and then the quick blast into the Britain chicane. Take as much speed as you can through the entry, and then keeping that speed and the momentum as you can through the exit. Downhill now towards Knickerbrook and the chicane. And heavy braking just before the 50 mark. Avoid those tyre bundles because they are solid in iRacing. And then out of Knickerbrook there. Patient on the throttle, a little bit wide there. He might have gone off track for that. Dick Hume, but over the hill now towards Druids. A little bit different from the Druids. Brands Hatch is a double apex fast right-hander. First apex there. And second one just not quite hitting that apex, but carrying the speed onto towards the final corner. You can see the undulation of this circuit. By no means flat. Then through the final corner, up the hill, onto the back straight. We'll see what kind of time this is. The last lap was 125.27. What's he going to do this time? He's gone at 125.384, so not quite as quick. But Josh Malin there, he's gone quicker with 125.194. So you can see how close all these drivers are. Here's Josh Malin here. Less than a tenth separating him and Kieran Vernon. There's a bit of a gap there. Back to Chris Dittman, he's about half a second off in the number 7 car. And then Cian Carey, I was reliably informed a couple of races ago, it's not actually Sean, it's Cian. So he's currently sat in 4th place. So 2, 3 and 4 for the CDR cars at the moment. And then we have number 32 of Adam Morgan in 5th position. So 8 minutes left as qualifying. You can see Josh there just warming those tyres, making sure he's got as much heat as he can and as much grip as he can get into those tyres for making another flying lap. So we'll keep on board with him here as he comes through the second half of the lap now. This is his 4th lap. Going down towards the final corner now. We'll keep an eye on him here, see what he can do. A little bit close down to Rowbottom in number 32. He's kind of come out of nowhere, taking 3rd position, still half a second off the front two. These two are going to be fighting all the way for the championship. They seem to be in a class of their own here. But through the first corner for the number 90. He had a fantastic performance at Spa last time out, gaining a dominant win and also I believe a 3rd position if I'm not mistaken. He's got it all to do here now. See what he can do with the remaining time in qualifying. Through the back end of the circuit, into the shallows hairpin. Very difficult to get that fast left-hander correct. If you go an inch offline there, you hit the grass and you are into the barrier. Matthew Lewis in 52 is coming in 5th position with a 1 minute 26.070. So he is the next car to be in the, well, the last car that's not in the 25s at the moment. A bit of grass kicking up there from the number 90 as he goes through Knickerbrook and up the hill now. Going to Druids, nice wide entry. Carrying that speed, these cars fly through a circuit like this. A lot of heritage Oulton Park, a lot of historic races have been going on here, not necessarily the likes of Formula 1 or anything along those lines, but you do have BTCC come here, you have the British Formula 3 in real life come here as well, and the Gold Cup as well, which is an annual event. That is Josh Malin, he's set a blistering time, 1 minute 24.967, whole 0.3 of a second quicker than Kieran Vernon, so looks like Josh is on the move this evening. He's got, he seems to be in a class of his own. That's 0.3 of a second around a lap like this. That's pretty good going. But as I was saying, the Gold Cup, a historic event that some of you may be aware of that goes to Oulton Park every year. You have the likes of classic Formula 1 cars, Formula 3 and Formula Ford. You do get the Super Tourers going around here, the BTCC cars, some classic sports cars as well, and then the things like the as number 90 goes wide into the gravel, that's not going to help his tyres if he wants to set another lap time. Yep, British GT as well is a staple of a circuit like this. GT3 cars, pretty much some of the fastest cars you'll see at Oulton Park. It's a fantastic circuit, but not really designed for anything faster than a GT car in reality. So let's follow number 90 around once again. He's going to go for another flying lap. He's only got about 2 tenths now to Kieran Vernon, so number 51 is picking up the pace. Through the first corner, plenty of apex curb, and on the outside as well, carrying all of that speed. Pick up a little grass on the entry and the exit. That looks like it might be a little bit... Oof. That definitely would have been off track and would not have been quicker. So number 90 is abandoning that lap and just going to go make sure he's got warm tyres and go again. Very well saved from the number 90. Get on board with Kieran Vernon here. He's coming down into Knickerbrook at the moment. He's currently on a lap, I believe. So see how he does. Got to be very careful to avoid those tyre bundles. It's up the hill now. There's absolutely no holes barred in this race, as we'll probably come to see. It's very difficult to overtake around Oulton Park. There's not too many opportunities to do so. Down the final corner here might be one of your best options, and into Knickerbrook as well is going to be one of your better options as well if you can get the inside line. So Kieran Vernon did a 125.038, so he's getting close. He's less than a tenth away now. Daniel Rowbottom starting to close in as well. He's 4 tenths of, well, just under 5 tenths of a second behind the leader now. So the top 7 cars all within about a second of each other, so still pretty competitive. Have a look at Daniel Rowbottom here in the number 32 car. He's coming down to complete a lap now. Looks like he's got a new livery for this round, has Dan. Looking fantastic. Into the final corner. A lot of inside curb there. Might have run out of the car ever so slightly, but he's able to continue on. Can he improve this time round? He cannot. That was 1 minute 25.514. That's about a tenth of a second off his best. So he's going to be able to go again. 2 minutes remaining, so everyone's only got really about a lap if you get round here now, as iRacing does not allow you to complete that last flying lap, as we've seen. Adam Morgan here in number 33. That livery, a replica of his Mercedes A-Class touring car, I believe, but he goes across the line. Can he improve there? He does not look like he did this time round, but Chris Dittman coming in with a late charge there, 1 minute 25.419. So he's 4 tenths of a second behind the leader and less than a tenth in front of Daniel Rowbottom. So third down is very, very close indeed. About 2 tenths separate third and sixth. It's all very competitive in the best of the rest category. Definitely see some competitive racing from the top 2. Josh Mayne and Kieran Vernon, they are fighting for the championship at the moment. So they've got the 2 races tonight and next week at Silverstone. So every point counts in this series, and the points go down to 30th. So 27 cars here this evening. So providing you finish, you will get points for the championship. So just goes to show you should continue on even if the race goes badly for you. But Adam Morgan coming around the final corner now. He's going to be setting his final lap time. He spins, just pushing slightly too hard on the exit, but that looks like it will be the end of qualifying for now, it seems. Dan Rowbottom can't improve on his time. Yep, Funky, this is quali. We're just coming to the end of it now. We'll be going into the race shortly. The race will be a rolling start, and God, where was Dan going there? But moving on to the race now. So your grid for this race, number 90 of Josh Malin in front of Kieran Vernon at number 51, followed by number 7 of Chris Dittman and the 32 of Daniel Rowbottom. And rounding out your top 5 is Adam Morgan in the number 33. So we come to the grid now. So everyone lines up as soon as the cameras all catch up with me. Here we go. So all lining up behind the iRacing safety car. Engines are revving. Temperatures are rising. The tension's rising in the cockpits as well. Not a full formation lap, just from Druids onto the start-finish line. So we'll get going ever so shortly. Looking at maybe about 15 laps of racing, 20 minutes in total. Here we go, everyone's ready on the grid and raring to go. Number 90 is very raring to go. Come on, safety car, as he's spinning those wheels. Want to be careful he doesn't overheat those tyres. We know how sensitive the iRacing tyre model is. He's lighting those tyres up and he's underway. You can see the very colourful field behind. And all the CDR cars you can see in the top 5, or top 6 I should say. Oh, there's a spin! The spin number 42 has been collected, looks like, further down the field. And we've not even got into the race yet, guys. We're already crashing. That was Harry Cottrell, I believe. I think he's up and running okay, but got to be very careful now. But here we come, throughout the final corner now. Number 90 holding everybody up, getting ready to go, and he bolts it now. Number 90 gets a fantastic jump as the iRacing spotter, which I forgot to turn off, tells us we're going green. But number 90, a storming start. Number 51 as well is able to get ahead as well. So fantastic jump. Sorry, the 51 is Kieran Vernon, so he is in second position. Fighting behind there is Chris Dittman and Daniel Rowbottom down the outside of Cascades. Very brave move from Dan there, as he's able to possibly that stick coming towards Shell Oils. He's going to be on the outside in the very quick left-hander. Is able to hold it on the track just about, and a fantastic move to get up into third position. Just spin behind as Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan round. What's happened there? Oh, it's big contact. Everyone's been in massive drama. That's the 52 of Matthew Lewis. He's had issues there. The rear wing is hanging off. But not entirely sure what happened there. But some contact at shallows. That's damage there for the 33 and the 52. So they'll have to be very careful. Back at the front of the field, Kieran Vernon is ahead of Josh Malin. We've missed that one. So the 51 is now ahead. Can he start to pull away? Looks like he's got a little bit of a gap at the moment. He's got about 0.6 of a second. And that is lap 1 completed. And that is Kieran Vernon in the lead. So after a move somewhere on the circuit, which we may have missed. Let's have it further down the field so we've got more action unfolding. This is a little bit further down the field here. This is number 27, Barry Rabbit, fighting with Matthew Lewis, who looks like he's having some minor connection issues. But that rear wing on the 52 is not sturdy at all. That's not going to be helping his cornering abilities. And as you can see, the 27 just breezes past. That's position gained for Barry Rabbit. He's now into 7th place. He locks up coming into Shell Oils. And continuing on. Fight for the lead isn't over yet. The 90's closing in right on board for a second here. See what we can see from the 90 point of view. Not much of an opportunity to slipstream on this circuit. There's not really a straight big enough apart from coming into Nicker, but a bit wide there. The dirty air pushing number 90 away from the apex. And he's lost about a tenth of a second there. He's going to have to get the braking perfect into the final corner if he wants to have a go. He does get it pretty good. He's gained a little bit of time, about a tenth that back that he lost through Druids. Through the first corner, a little bit of a tighter entry from number 90. He's able to continue, carry the speed on the exit. These two very well matched on pace, it seems. Through Cascades and onto the back straight here. Gap remaining about 4 or 5 tenths of a second. We're into shallows now. He's got plenty of time to respond. Does number 90, but in this they do have the 32 of Dan Rowbottom closing in ever so slowly to the back of these two. So the more they fight, the closer that number 32 will get. He's gaining and gaining and gaining. He's only 1.5 seconds behind. Clearly got the speed advantage. But look how close the number 90 is there, coming through Knickerbrook. Going up the hill towards Druids now. Not really a place you would expect an overtake to happen, but the 51 going defensive. 90 looking around the outside, not able to make that move at the moment. There's some lap traffic coming up ahead that they will need to take into account. Number 90 looks like it's going around the outside of the final corner. Is he going to make that stick? Not this time around, but look how close he is now. They're fighting on the back straight now, side by side, coming into the first corner. Number 90 is going to have the inside line. 51 might have to back out this, and yes, he does. He's not going to be over. Oh, they've touched! They've touched and they spun, and that's suspension. That's a big damage there for the number 90. That is him out of this race. That's unfortunate contact there, but that puts Dan Rowbottom into the lead. So a big blow for the 90's hopes of the championship here, as he's going to be well outside the reverse grid pole. So he's going to have all to do in race 2 if he wants to salvage some points for his championship. But number 32 in the lead at the moment. Kieran Vernon in second position. I think there might have been some netcode with that collision, as the 90 had a weird spin, I must say. But the 51 looks like they've managed to get away without any form of damage, and he's going to be chasing the 32 down now. Chris Dimon in number 7 providing rear gunner service for the 51. Big gap between him and Jack Fabi in number 18. About 10-second gap. So we'll keep an eye on that battle developing here. This is a battle for 8th position, I should say. This is number 10 of Dara Daly fighting number 52. See if the 52's managed to fix that rear wing, or if it's still dangling everywhere. It looks like they managed to get that fixed, so it might have just been some a little bit of glitchy damage modelling, as we've seen a couple of times in this series. But this fight's continuing on. Go back to the fight for the lead though. There's only about 7/10 of a second between these two drivers coming down Cascades. This is where the 51 can close in now, as there's a little bit of lag going on from the 32. Into shallow now, big lock up from the 32 ahead. It's not going to help him at all, but he's able to gather that up, and he is continuing on. The gap's out to about 8/10 of a second now, but look at that, there's traffic just ahead of Dan Rowbottom. Looks like another CDR car, so I'm not entirely sure who that will be. So hopefully, and 51 will be praying, please God, hold him up. This gap's about steady at the moment, so approaching halfway through the race. A couple of minutes to go until that point, but looks like the 32 is able to storm away ever so slightly. It's gained another 10th, so maybe there is damage on the 51. Lap times, yeah, there's about 4/10 of a second difference between the two cars that last time round, so maybe there is a slight bit of damage on the 51 we can't quite see after that contact with the number 90 that's holding him back. Yeah, he's dropped back even more now. It's about 9/10 of a second between these two drivers. as your leader at the moment. And we've also got a battle for the top 10 going on here, I believe, or we might have just missed that. Looks like we did, which is a shame. So, back to the lead of the race. Gap's closed again now, so maybe the lap traffic not helping number 32 at all. So about 0.2 of a second back. Lost to the 51. Up towards Druids now. Place is changing all around with people coming in and out of the pits, I believe. The gap's widening once again. So, yeah, the 32 did have a little bit of a wiggle there. Didn't quite see that, but able to gather it up and continue on. Number 7 dropping back as well. He's about 3 seconds off the leader. Not the best of first sectors for 32. The gap's come down even more now through the first sector. Anyway, it looks like it's going back up again, but we'll keep an eye on this, see how it develops. We'll see if we've got any close battles elsewhere on circuit. I don't think we do at the moment. This is the closest one we do have, so we'll stick with this. I do tell a lie. Looks like Joe Watts is fighting with the 42, so this is for 11th position with 42 of Harry Cottrell defending the 25. Number 96 there, down Fox, I believe, getting out the way. And then through into Cascades. What can either driver do here? Take a little bit of the grass on the entry of Cascades. I'm not sure if my lifetime is having a little bit of drama here, but it's fixed itself now. I was worried then because Chris Stittman and Kieran Vernon disappeared down the grid, so it looks like there's just a little bit of lag from the server side, but these two still fighting it out. The gap's still about the same. Crazy consistency from these two drivers. The lap times were pretty much identical, 1:25.6 from both drivers, with the 32 being marginally quicker, but there is traffic ahead to deal with. So that might be Daniel Hans possibly. Yeah, number 20 car is the next car to fall victim to the 32. Sensibly pulls out the way on the straight and lets the leading cars through. The 32 did lose a little bit of time there, looks like. It's just over half a second to the 51 here, so this battle far from over. Chris Tittman dropping back considerably now, though. He is 3.5 seconds back from this lead pair. So Josh Malin there in 16th position after his incident, so they do get quick repairs. So if you can make it back to the pits, there's a 32 very sideways out the final corner. That's not going to help, and that's put the 51 right on his tail. He's going to make a move into the first corner. We've seen this move happen before and it didn't go well, but this time they're able to get around. This battle's still not over though. The 51 in the lead for now, but the number 32 challenging on the outside of Cascades. Who's going to get alongside? The 51 able to maintain it, but the switch back there just about from the 32, not able to get it to stick, but he's got slipstream coming towards Shallow Oil. He is on the inside of the fast left-hander, and he's got to head once again into Shallow Oil hairpin. And this continues on, but he's a lock up there and just about able to hold off the 51. The 51 nearly stuck it down the inside there, taking advantage of the wide, of the 32 going wide, flying over these curbs. You have to be very careful of those tyre bundles because they will not budge. This battle's still raging into Knickerbrook now. So a little bit of tyre squealing as they just try and punch that grip down onto the circuit. Coming into Druids now. The 51 still right on the back of the 32 here. This battle is hotting up in the closing stages of the race. Still plenty of time to go. This 51 goes to the inside. Into the final corner. He's going to make that stick. He's able to get it stopped. But the switchback, once again, for 32. He's been able to get those switchbacks done beautifully. On the inside now for the first corner. Flying down the inside. And he's able to get that stopped and into the lead once again. Not over though. The 51 is closing in, going on the outside of Cascades. Not going to be able to make that work for the time being, but he's going to have the slipstream coming down towards Shallow now. Let's ride on board with the 32 here from the suspension view. You can see the 51 behind. Big lockup once again for the 32, but look at the punch he's got out of that hairpin. He's able to just drive away from the 51. Down the hill now. What can the 51 do? He's not quite going to be able to make a move right now, but heavy on the brakes. Using all the track and a little bit more at times, these two cars, but in all this fighting though, they've lost about a second to Chris Dittman behind, so if they carry on, Chris could very easily start catching up to the back of these, but there's only 5 laps to go. Sorry, 5 minutes to go. Maybe about 4 laps after this one. The time is running out for the 51 to make his move permanent. So the first corner now, not close enough now. The 51 looks like it's backed off ever so slightly, just a save on the tyres a little bit. Both running wide. Out the first corner, off tracks for both of them it seems. Oh, the 51's going to be very careful there. If you get onto the grass coming into Cascades, that's going to be a bad day for you. It's a slow car there, not sure who that was. Not sure if they were just letting the traffic through or they had damage. But no issues coming through. The lead is coming through. 32 still ahead for now. Gap's gone back up to about 6/10 of a second, so the 32 is able to hold on to this lead just for now. Brilliant defensive driving from the 32 and fantastic clean racing from both of these cars. A bit wide there, with the 32 is able to keep the speed up though. Through Druids. No changes so far. The 32 is starting to drive away from the 51 here, with about 3 laps to go. Gap's stable now at 6/10 of a second. There's a battle further down the field, looks like. This is a 3-way battle, it seems. This is who like at number 42, battling with the 67 and 25, getting involved as well. Coming into Knickerbrook there, the 42 managed to get ahead. This is Joe Watts fighting with Reese Newburn now. This is for the final top 10 position. Side by side coming into Druids. This is going to end badly for one car if one of them doesn't back out, it seems, but oh, just about there. 25 bullying his way through. Nice and clean, but very aggressive moves. And that is the 25 ahead into 10th position. Back to the lead of the race. Kieran Vernon is close behind. Drop back ever so slightly. He's now up to 7/10 of a second. Looks like the end of stint pace just isn't there for number 51 at the moment, unless he's just saving up for one final push at the end of the race. But he is running out of time to do it. We're looking at about 2 laps to go now. And out of the final corner is 32. No changes coming into turn 1. 51's running out of options here. He's going to have something in the bag. 2 laps to go. This is the penultimate lap. just doesn't seem to have an answer for the 32 at the moment. Maybe the fighting early on is just starting to wear on those tyres ever so slightly. Maybe the possible damage that he suffered in a contact with number 90 earlier on just holding him back as the tyres start to wear. Doesn't look quite as confident through Britain's there, and he's lost a little bit more time. But the lap times are quite very similar between these two drivers. Marginally quicker last time, was 51 actually, so he's able to keep it up there. He's not quite, looks like he had a bad exit out of Knickerbrook chicane there. Dropped back ever so slightly, another couple of tenths lost. But, you know, last lap for Dan Rowbottom, 125.719. Number 51, 125.715. So he's quicker, but not quick enough. And the gap's up to a second now. So coming on to the final lap now. I do tell a lie. That's no, here he is. It's updated. It takes a while. So on to the final lap now. Dan Rowbottom is nicely clear of Kieran Vernon. He's just got to get that to the end now. Shouldn't have too much traffic to worry about. There's one car ahead, which is a 21, I believe. I saw that in the corner of my eye. It's Robert Redcliffe. Big lock up into Shallow's hairpin. That's not going to help him, but he's pulling away. Last lap was half a second quicker than the 51 behind. So all he's got to do is just get it to the end here. Chris Dittman coming in a lonely third place at the moment. He has got about 3.5 seconds to the leading two and 28 seconds to the next competitive car of number 18 of Jack Fabby. The Redcliffe there going off the track completely just to get very much clear of any issues. So drew to the final time now. The gap's under a second now, but it's not going to be enough. All number 30's got to do now is get through the final corner, and that is his maiden win, I believe, in this series. Through the final corner, is a bit quicker from Kieran Vernon, not enough. Across the line, Dan Rowbottom in first place, followed by Kieran Vernon and Chris Dittman coming in third position. Fantastic racing from these guys, and we have Jack Fabby fighting here, I believe. Or is that just, yeah, that's just lap traffic going ahead, but he is coming through into the final corner now to take a fantastic fourth position. That's his highest finish so far, I believe. And here he comes across the line now. A fantastic finish and a fantastic livery of car as well. Got Barry Rabbit coming home in 5th position, a fantastic result for him, and 6th position Matthew Lewis in number 52. So we will have a quick look at the results now. So these are unofficial, as just everyone comes to finish their laps, but Daniel Rowbottom is your winner of race 1 in round 5. A convincing win from number 51 Kieran Vernon, and 3rd place Chris Dittman. 4th position, as we saw, Jack Fabby, his best result of the season, and in 5th position Barry Rabbit in number 27. 6th place Matthew Lewis in number 52, followed by Mike Hart in number 11 in 7th position. 8th place, number 40 of Harry Cottrell. 9th is the 25 of Joe Watts, and 10th position, who will take the reverse grid pole in the next race coming up in a couple of minutes, is Adam Morgan at number 33. So fantastic race to start us off this evening. Lots of drama all around there. So yeah, what do you guys think of that? Number 15, sorry, the number 90 got it all to do in this race now. But we're just going to have a quick 5-minute warm-up and we'll be back to the action. But yeah, there's a little bit of contrast just fixing itself on my screen there. But yeah, the number 90 got so much work to do if he wants to get back up and fighting. He actually started in 2nd position, in 10th position on the last race at Spa. He won the first race and he had a storming charge through the field in the second race, but let's see if he can replicate that in the second race. What can Kieran Vernon do? He's in 9th position in this in the second race. He's got it all to do, working through the field once again. He has done it before, and he'll more than likely do it again if he's able to. Hello, Becky. Nice to hear you to join us, Tom and Becky. So I'm going to just quickly run and grab a drink. So I'll leave you in the hands of Daniel Hand in the number 20 as you follow him around the circuit on the warm-up. So I'll see you just in a quick minute. So 2 minutes to go until we get to the second race of the evening. So if you're enjoying the race, guys, please feel free to like the stream and consider subscribing as well, and click the notification icon to be notified whenever we go live. So the next round will be the final round at Silverstone in a week's time. So do join us for that after this round, obviously. So 1.5 minutes to go until we get into the action once again. There's a lot of cars opting not to come out on circuit for the warm-up. Just looking to chill out and just compose themselves ready for race 2, as that's where all the action will go down. So if you've joined us throughout the rest of the series, you'll know it's absolute chaos. The reverse grid races, as the fast drivers break their way through the slow drivers up front. It will be a fantastic spectacle to see, hopefully. Especially number 90, we know how quick he is. He's got all the work to do. He's starting down, I believe, in 15th place. So he'll be one to watch as he carves his way through the field. 20 seconds until we get underway. Once again, it'll be a rolling start, but it will be a reverse grid. So your number 33 car of Adam Morgan will start in pole position for this race. He will take the cars away. That's more over, and we will be jumping into the race ever so shortly as number 20 goes around on the exit cascades. Very easy to do. You just need to drop a wheel on the grass and that is game over. But here we go, ready for race 2. Adam Morgan at the front here. You see the field of cars lining up to the top of the hill out of Nickbrook. Slightly different camera angle to take us away. Just waiting for the last of the cars to jump on a circuit. Here we go. The safety car will pull away shortly. So wants to look out for this race. Number 51, Kieran Vernon, starting in 9th position. He was very quick in the first race, so he's got all the work to do. Number 90, Josh Maynard, in 15th position. He's got a lot of work to catch up as well. Chris Dittman, number 7, you've seen his pace throughout. He got a win last time out at Spa. Oh no, sorry, in Snetton, I believe he got the win. The sun beaming down on this circuit as the cars warm their tyres. As they prepare for the start. Yeah, at the final corner here, the pace car will peel off into the pits, and it'll be up to Adam Morgan to set the pace, and he's already going. The green flag is out and we are off, and not a very good start at all there for number 25. He's been swamped by many cars behind. Look at there's contact behind as well. Big crash. I'm not sure who that was. There's massive contact, lots of cars in the wall behind. No idea who was involved in that, but it was a lot of them. It looks like Dan Rowbottom was involved in that one. He is in the barriers, so terrible start from him. He is out of the race. But oh, that's Adam Morgan off into the barriers. Got it all wrong in the shallow hairpin. He's hit the wall, and that's big damage. It looks like he's got damage to the front wing, but he's able to continue on. Looks like he might have some steering damage as well, but that leaves Joe Watts up into the lead at the moment, number 25. He is in the lead, followed by number 42 of Harry Cottrell, and Chris Dittman charging down the field as well to catch up. There's more contact behind as well. Who was involved in that? Was that Mike Hart round? I couldn't quite see. Barry Rabbit, I do apologise. Barry Rabbit contact into the chicane, and he is round and is able to continue on though. Looks like there's not too much damage, but he is right down the field, back up, down to 14th place. So all the drama in the opening stages. Number 7 here, he is chasing down the 42. This is for 2nd position. A little bit wide in the final corner, but it's forgivable on lap 1. And then to complete the first lap, very, very interesting first lap, that has put number 25 into pole position. And the big winner out of this looks like it was possibly, is that number 90 is in 9th position? Or no, he's gone further down. Is that Josh Malin? That's Josh Malin in the pits. Oh, he's had a terrible weekend as Josh Malin. He is repairing damage, it looks like. So very, very unfortunate for him. So not a great start for him whatsoever. This is not going to help his championship. But back to the battle for 2nd position. This is a 4-way battle for 2nd position. Kieran Vernon as well behind the 51. He's currently chasing down Mike Hart at number 11. He's currently sat in 2nd position in the championship. There we go, fighting now into this game. Both CDR cars down the inside. Who's going to get through? Are they both going to get through? Chris Dittman is. The 51 just about is as well. Fantastic moves from these two. So now Chris Dittman, he's got 2.5 seconds to number 25. He's got it all to do now, but there's still 17 minutes of the race to go. Gap to the leader now, 2.7 seconds. So Joe Watts is flying at the moment. Time's going up and up there. So Joe is starting to pull away with this one. Here he is on your screen right now. Into shallows now. Little bit of a lock-up coming into the apex, but he's able to continue on. Harry Cottrell is having to fend off Kieran Vernon now, number 51. Through Britain's very close behind. The 51's going to try and make the move. Ooh, late moves there from 42. Not sure if he knew which way the 51 was going. Down the inside of Knickerbrook now. He's able to hold that position. Not quite yet. 51 will have to just have to be patient. Try again, possibly around the final corner or maybe into turn 1. There's someone else off there. It looks like I'm not entirely sure who that was. Damage, looks like, though. 51 going on the inside of the final corner, though. Bold move, and he's able to get through. This fight is not over yet, though. Number 42 looking to make the move back on the first corner. Not able to make that stick for now. The 11's closing in as well. Through Cascades. A little bit wide from the 51's. Got to be careful of the off tracks there. The 11 deep in the slipstream now, but so's the 42. Gap to the front is starting to close. 2.5 seconds now with 15 minutes of the race to go. No changes through Britain's, but the 11 very close behind. Battles can go all the way to the end of the lap. Right on board now with the 42 from the rear. See how close the 11 gets. You can see the gap closing in within that slipstream coming into Druids now. They're not quite able to make that move. The dirty air is having an effect on the front end, it looks like. No changes as of yet. But coming into the first corner, what can the 11 do? Not close enough here. He's going very wide on the exit. He's got a better run though. Through Cascades, what can the 11 do? He's right on the gearbox of the 42. Has to back out of that one as he had nowhere really to go. Still battling now, and the gap at the front of the field still about 2.7 seconds, so Joe Watts has a good command on this at the moment. Kieran Vernon though is closing in on his teammate and team owner I should say, so he has to be very careful there. So we'll keep an eye on that as they get a little bit closer. These two still fighting though. The 11 very close, not able to make the move stick at the moment, gets a bit wide on the entry into the chicane. He's dropped back now, so he's got to get that time back. This is Kieran Vernon just up the field chasing down his teammate. So Dan Rowbottom ahead there, I believe, who is way down the field, 22nd after his incident at the start of the race. So a little bit of a fall from grace. Dan Rowbottom getting involved in that incident. These two have got to work together if they need to catch up with Joe Watts in front. 2.6 seconds now to the leader. Battle further down the field. This is for 11th position. This is the 111 with Shane Kelly battling the 44 and the 21. Looks like there's a problem there for 111. He's slow. Might have had incident coming out the final corner. That's lost in 2 positions. So it's unfortunate for the 111 there. He's down into 13th. From 11th to 13th in 1 corner. Not great at all. But Robert Redcliffe there chasing down the other CDR car of Alex Fours in number 44. Down to the shallows there. Looks to the inside. Not able to make a move now. Can he get under braking? And oh, there's nearly contact there. 44 is not very quick through the apex whatsoever. That's put 21 right on his gearbox coming into Britain's. Not able to make any move now, but he's going to be in the slipstream coming towards Knickerbrook. Going defensive early is the 44. Side by side, not able to make that move at the moment. Kieran Vernon in the meantime has passed Chris Dittman. Might Mike Hart has dropped back as well into 5th, so Harry Cottrell in the 42 is now into 4th position. These two still fighting. Number 21 not quite able to find a way around the 44 at the moment. Josh Mellin in 10th position, so at least he's still in the top 10. Making the moves, 21 going on the outside of turn 1. Gonna try and get the better exit. He does as 44 runs wide. They're side by side nearly. Going to Cascades. Who's going to back out first? 21 goes wide, and the 111 is going to pick up the pieces, it looks like. Right on the back now of the 21. Going this way and that, trying to find a way around. Not able to make that move stick. Down the inside, deep in under the brakes on the inside. It's number 111. What a dive bomb that was to get around. Fantastic moves, and he is now going to go up and battle with the 44. So Shane there thinking, nah, you're not quick enough there, Rob. I'm going to do the work for you. And here he goes. And the outside of the 44. No, something that'll stick at the moment. You can see how much more eccentric he is on the wheel of the 111. He's all over the road. So keep an eye on this battle as the battle for the lead is starting to come on here. 1.2 seconds to the lead. So 111 goes wide. Can he keep that out of the wall? No, he cannot. He's hit the wall, and that's a heavy bit of suspension damage for the 111. That's going to be a pit stop required to get that prepared. The steering will be all over the place now. So, battle for the lead. This is spicing up ever so nicely. Half a second to the 25 now as the 32 is looking to unlap himself as well, it seems. So that's not helping matters at all as the 32 just disappears. He's off into the gravel there, so not a good race for Dan Rowbottom. That's right on board with the 51 as he closes in on the 25. It's Joe Watts, the organiser of the league. Let's be kind to him, Kieran, or not. It's up to you. But 8 minutes of the race to go. Still plenty of time for the 51 to make that move, and there's a lot of time left that the 25 has to defend. Pressure's on now. Coming out of Cascades onto the back straight now. 4/10 of a second is now the gap. Slipstream is taking effect. Breaking into the Shell Oils. So much speed. Firing out towards Britain's. In the old days this would have been a straight run down as look at the exit speed that Kieran Vernon is able to take. He's side by side already with Joe Watts coming into Nick Brook now. Who can break earliest? Who can break latest, I should say. Joe Watts holds on for now. But this battle is far from over. 51 looking to make the move into Druids, not able to make that at the moment, but he's going to have a good run into the final corner. What can 25 do? He's sitting in the middle of the road, takes the normal racing line, able to take a wide apex and keep that lead for now. But this battle rages on. The 51 still all over the gearbox of the 25. Been in this position for has 51. In the last race, he needs to capitalise on this now and take that move where he can. Literally wide on the entry of Cascades. That's not going to help the situation. But coming along the back straight now through the fast left-hander into Shell Oils. There's a big braking manoeuvre coming up. Not this time round. Britain's. Oh, the 25 goes wide. That's 51 alongside. Side by side, coming down the hill now. Who's going to blink first? Looks like the 51's got the inside line, and that is the move done. So the 51 takes the lead. Joe Watts has to settle for second position at the moment. Now he's going to think about Chris Dittman behind as well. So the 51 taking the lead of the race, which he was wishing he could have done in race 1. But that is from 9th position to 1st position now for CDR car. And all he's got to do is last that 5.5 minutes now, roughly about 4 laps, and get to the end of the race. He can secure that win and really help the championship standings. Down the field, let's have a look where the 90 is. He's in 6th position at the moment. He's got a lot of time to find until the next car, which is number 11 and Mike Hart. So those two are close in championship standings. But yeah, this has not been the weekend for Josh Malin whatsoever. He's had terrible luck this time at Oulton Park, so this will be one to forget. Comes through Cascades, just about keeps it on the road. Battle for second position starting to develop here. This is number 7, Chris Dittman. He's been there or thereabouts all season, fighting at the top of the field. Not got as many wins as I think he could have got though, but all could change. 1.5 seconds the leader has now over Joe Watts in second. So Kieran definitely has the pace for the win. He's just got to keep it on the road now for the final 4 minutes of the race. Further downfield, see if we've got any battles raging on. This looks like we've got, this is the closest one we have for the time being. So all the cars start to spread out now. About a second is the gap now between these two cars. Some lap traffic ahead that Kieran Vernon will need to dispatch off. Come towards Britain's now. A little bit closer, these two cars, about 7/10 of a second. That seems to be Joe's Achilles heel, is the Britain chicane. He's losing all sorts of time through there to these very quick CDR cars. Look how close these two cars are now as Joe just pops back into existence there. Through Druids, Dirty Air's not going to help the 7-3 here, but he's able to keep it on the road, keep it alongside. He's going alongside already. Into the final corner, not able to make that move stick. The 25 closes the door and keeps that position for now, but this is far from over. That's the 111 there. Hopefully not getting away too much of this battle. This is for second position. Only 0.3 of a second separate these two cars. Not through Tier 1 but through Cascades. Going to get ever even closer. It's a 7. And he's right alongside there. He's not going to be able to make the move stick at the moment as the number 111's there, but alongside now. Inside line for the left-hander, but it's going to be outside for Shell Oils. It's going to have to be a big dive. He's not able to get that stopped as he disappears for a second there, but he's back. Lost a little bit of time there after not being able to make the most of Shell Oils. So he's got a little bit of work to do, about 0.6 of a second to gain back now. Battle further down the field. This is Keith Rabbit fighting with Kian Carey. It's another CDR car we got with us. And this is for 7th position on track. Into Britain's now. What can the 22 do here? Not quite able to make that move. He's got that all sorts of wrong in Britain's there. He's lost a heap of time. He's going to have to gain all that back. Into Nick Brook there. Nobody's managed to hit those tyre barriers as far as I can see yet, which is good to see. Battle's closing in again. Oh, Joe Watts getting all sorts of out of shape in turn 1, using the grass on the outside of Cascades. Now here comes the slipstream. This happened last time around. What can the 7 do? He's not going to be close enough to make a move now, but he's going to be much closer. Coming into Britain's, we know that the 25 isn't very strong through Britain's at the moment. Dicing around. Slipstream all the way down the hill, diving into the inside. 7 can't quite get that to stick, but he's continuing on, and I do apologise, you can hear my Discord just popping off there. Let me just mute that for you. There we go. Going to Druids. Not quite close enough this time around. Down the inside, gives a look there. There's number 7. It's 25 just trying to... Oh, the race is finished. I do apologise. I was so wrapped up in that battle. But that's Kieran Vernon with another fantastic win, followed by Joe Watts in 2nd. A brilliant race. And then 3rd position, Chris Dittman. And as he stops and gets collected by the 42. So, as we look at your results now, so as I say, Kieran Vernon in 1st position with Joe Watts in the 25, his best race of the season, in 2nd position. 3rd place is Chris Dittman, number 7. 4th is Harry Cottrell in the number 42, and 5th is the number 11 of Mike Hart. 6th position, damage reduction for Josh Malin this time out. He's in the number 90. Number 22 of Keith Rabbit in 7th, and then Cian Carey in number 19 in 8th. Max Hart in the 101, taking the 9th position, and following out your top 10 is number 44 of Alex Fours. So, do stick with us. We'll jump into the Discord channel and get some post-race interviews going.
Nice waiting room, this, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm a bit late, guys.
Very nice waiting room.
I'm here. All right. So we've got Kieran Vernon and Chris Dittman. So we'll start with Kieran. Congratulations on tonight, a 2nd place and a 1st, which is really going to help your championship. How did it go from your side?
Yeah, very, very good. Very pleased with the results. What else can I say? Yeah, very good for the championship. Just unfortunate to have a bit of contact with Josh in the first one, but it wasn't really much contact. It's just kind of the physics of the game ended up being a bit more severe than it was. But yeah, so a shame for that. But yeah, strong performance on our side, so very pleased.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's good points for you going into the final round, and also good points for the team championship as well. So you're looking to take that momentum into Silverstone. You've raced there in the test race. And yeah, hopefully you can get a decent result there as well.
Yeah, that's the aim. Just stay out of trouble, get points for myself and obviously for the team championship. I think we're leading by quite a way now. So, yeah, really pleased with how it's gone, and looking forward to the final round.
Fantastic, brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us again, Kieran, and we'll see you next round.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
We've got Chris Dittman as well. Chris, another strong weekend for you as well. Podium positions. How did that go for you?
Yeah, not too bad. I struggled a little bit with pace, to be honest, in practice of qualifying. Quite surprised with P3 on the grid. But yeah, got a good start. Couldn't keep down behind. We had a lot of pace in the first race, but ended up just settling for third even for the first race. And then, yeah, on the last race, another good start. Avoided a bit of carnage on the first lap. And then, yeah, couldn't really catch Joe, to be honest, on the first part of the race. Kieran came past and obviously won the race, but yeah, had a really good battle with Joe towards the end. But yeah, all in all, 2 third places. Considering I was struggling with pace, was quite pleased with that, really. So yeah, good haul of points for the team. So yeah, looking forward to Silverstone.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that battle distracted me long enough to actually miss the end of the race. So yeah, it was good watching. And yeah, congratulations once again. We'll hopefully see you at Silverstone next week.
Will do.
And we've got Dan Robot. And Dan, a bit of a mixed bag for you this weekend. Winning the first race, but what happened on the second race?
I was a bit enthusiastic, I think, going into turn one, so I saw a gap that probably wasn't really there, and then everyone collected, and I just got wound up in the middle of it. So it was a bit eagerness on my side that cost us that second race, really.
That's unfortunate, but a fantastic win in the first race at least. That'll give you a good haul of points. How was it from your side in the first race?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I was quite fortunate, really, that I think Kieran and Josh had a little bit of contact. I think Kieran had a damaged front wing, so it just allowed me to, keep a gap, a nice sort of 1 second gap all the way through. So, yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was nice to get a win in finally. We've had a bit of a mixed bag with this little championship, but it's been really good. The turnout's great every weekend, and I'm really enjoying it, so it's great.
Fantastic, good to see. So are you looking forward to the final round at Silverstone next week?
I am. I think the wife is more, to be honest, because her Sunday evenings are not as quiet as fun as they used to be. So I think she's very excited to get that one done. But no, I am. We've done a couple of F3 races at Silverstone with other championships and bits and pieces. So yeah, I'm quite excited to get going and try and have a good weekend to finish it off.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Ta-ra.
And we also have Joe Watts. Joe, good result for you in the second race there. That's your best finish of the season so far. How's it from your side?
Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, it was a hard race at the start. I thought I was just going to follow Adam Morgan through and sit comfortably and hopefully maybe catch onto a podium. Obviously, he went off at Shillow's hairpin. So yeah, I could see Chris was catching, and then I see Kieran come through and thought, yeah, he's definitely going to catch. I held him off for a couple of laps, but once he got by, he disappeared. I made a few mistakes, and then Chris caught up, but we had a real good race towards the end, going side by side through Island Bend. That was close, but yeah, real good fun and close racing.
Fantastic, good to hear. So, you're the brains behind this operation. Has it been good to see how successful it's all been throughout the season so far?
Yeah, I mean, I originally set the championship up for a few of the guys that race an F3 Cup because obviously with everything going on in it, we can't race in real life. That I'm a mechanic, Chris obviously a team manager and a driver, and there's a few other guys, mechanics and team managers and drivers in the championship. But it ended up going a lot bigger than we thought. Obviously, we've got a few guys from British GT, British Touring Cars, Formula Fords, sim racing, and a few guys over from Ireland as well. So yeah, it turned out a lot better than I thought. I thought it was going to be sort of 15 of us, but we've regularly had 30 and sometimes pushing towards 40 of us. But yeah, it's been really good.
Fantastic, good to hear. Well, we'll see you in the final round at Silverstone in a week's time.
Yeah, see you at Silverstone. Thank you again.
No problem. Thank you very much. So that is it from myself tonight. Another incredible night of racing does come to an end. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and as I said before, please leave a like on the stream if you did. Also consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification icon to be notified when the next round goes live. So join us next week at the same time for round 6, the finale of the championship at Silverstone. It's going to be a good one. Thank you once again for tuning in. My name is David Buckley. Have a great evening and good night.